best Zenith ever. System 3 is even better. Even better. The sharpest Zenith picture ever. Sharpest picture. An all-modular chassis designed to be the most reliable Zenith ever. Most reliable. And now, computer space command remote control. 105 channels. Zenith's most advanced. Most advanced. Zenith System 3. System 3. Now, even better.
A storm-damaged house and a lady and her plants have a problem.
Everything will be all right. I hate lying to him, but I haven't got the money to fix this. And you know how long the insurance could take.
Not with Allstate. Allstate has more professional claims specialists than any other company to make sure your settlement is fair and fast.
I'll call your contractor.
That didn't take long.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us, the good hands people.
Great news for your home at Sears Super Homeowner Sale.
Super values on many items like these. 20-inch designer bathroom vanities with tops. Now $59.99 each. Save $25. Their matching wall cabinets are each $39.99. Save $10.
Get this versatile Sears Best 1-horsepower Craftsman sprayer compressor and save $140. Comes with spray gun, air hose, and air chuck.
Super savings right now at Sears.
Where America shops for value.
Lightning action in the ring, on the rink, and on the road. Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, the CBS Sports Spectacular takes you to Houston for the lightweight battle between Howard Davis and Termite Watkins. Then see top American skaters vie for top national honors as we take you to Fort Worth for the finals in the U.S. Roller Skating Championships. And finally to Monza, Italy, as the greatest Formula One drivers in the world go wheel to wheel in the Italian Grand Prix. A spectacular Saturday of sports. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Back in New York, I'm Brent Musburger with Jane and Irv. Some late developments. Dan Deerdorf, an offensive tackle for the St. Louis Cardinals, sprained a knee. He will undergo x-rays. He was injured in the first half of their game against the New York Giants. Joe Washington Hurt has not started for the Baltimore Colts this afternoon. Greg Landry is their quarterback. Let's take you around the league and check the scores because the Cardinals were behind, but Jane, they snap back now and are tied with the Giants at 14.
2 tying touchdowns for St. Louis, one on a 1-yard run by Theodis Brown, the other 30-yard fumble recovery by Mark Arneson.
Minnesota at Chicago, and it is 7-3 Vikes ahead.
And that's a 2-yard run by Minnesota quarterback Tommy Kramer. Chicago, a 34-yard field goal by Bob Thomas.
But the Bears have just scored 9-7. They set up to kick the extra point. We'll keep you informed. Now, in this game, you know the story here, or perhaps you don't. Russell Erxleben pulled a leg muscle, is not kicking Tony Galbraith in. 2 field goals by Galbraith, but missed an extra point. Archie Manning is red hot, and New Orleans is shutting out Green Bay 12-0. And, of course, the game you are watching, Washington 17, Detroit 3. You could hear the boos as the Lions went off the field at the end of the first half. And how about this one, Jane? New England 28, the Jets 3.
Steve Grogan with 3 touchdown passes, 1 to Harold Jackson and 2 to Stanley Morgan.
And Pittsburgh, Houston, it is 10-0.
That's a 1-yard run by Sidney Thornton and a 48-yard field goal, Matt Barr.
All right, it is Buffalo 10, Cincinnati 7. That is in the second period. Buffalo leading Cincinnati as we take you live right now to County Stadium. Archie Manning and the Saints. Time running out in the first half. You are watching live, 12-0 New Orleans over Green Bay. Manning with good time. Galbraith is stopped short of the end zone. With 5 seconds, they stopped him in bounds. Now they get the clock stopped. With 3 seconds to go, there again, that score, Buffalo 10, Cincinnati 7. Tampa Bay and Baltimore scoreless in the first. We go back now for the last play of the first half. And again, it is 12-0, New Orleans leading Green Bay. Time running out here in the first half. And Irv, I'll tell you, the Saints may have put together a team this year.
No question about it, because Archie Manning's having a fantastic passing day. The last stat I heard, he completed 15 out of 16 throws. We saw one there, so he's 16 out of 17 unofficially. But he's certainly red hot.
So with timeout on the field, the Packers trying to regroup and hold him here for Bart Starr. Last week, the Packers did not score a touchdown either. Now there is Tony Galbraith, the man who has been forced into a kicking role because of that pull leg muscle by Russell Erxleben. Already today he has kicked 2 field goals and missed that 1 extra point. And Irv Archie Manning reeled off about 10 or 11 straight completions in the first half here for Dick Nolan, as the Saints now come on up, and it'll be that man again, Galbraith, setting up for the field goal. It'll be a 19-yard attempt with time running out. 12-0 the score. He missed. He has missed an extra point and a field goal attempt. And the NFL Today will continue on CBS right after these messages from your local stations.
What happened to Freddie Prinze? Was it too much too soon or too little too long? Can you hear the laughter? The CBS Tuesday night movie at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
This is CBS.
Halftime at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, with the Washington Redskins looking for their first victory of the NFL regular season campaign, leading the Detroit Lions by a score of 17-3. I was going to ask Mr. Jurgensen a question here, but he has his mouth full of hot dog. You didn't bring me one.
I'll go get you one.
All right. That's all right. I had an apple. It's very helpful for you at halftime.
Jack really has to be pleased with the way they've played so far, Frank, because his team came back after falling behind, and they marched right down and picked up a touchdown, took the lead, and they got a couple of real key breaks. And just walking outside in the press room, the big question out there was, to me, what happened on the play with Theismann? Was it the quick whistle? Was it the new rule? Everybody was concerned with that because it was a 10-point swing in the game right then.
That was exactly that, a 10-point swing in the contest, and right now the Redskins very much in command after they did trail initially by a score of 3-0. Now 17-3 Washington. Later this afternoon, CBS Sports will televise the men's and women's finals of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships from Flushing Meadows, New York. For a report, here's Pat Summerall and Tony Trabert.
Tony, it's been a long tournament. It's been filled with controversy, but now finally it's championship time.
We're down to the finals in the men's and women's, Pat. Should be 2 extra good matches. Tracy Austin against Chris Everett Lloyd and John McEnroe against Vitas Gerulaitis, an all-men's final in New York.
A subway series, so to speak. Let's take a look now at the participants. First of all, Chris Everett Lloyd against Billie Jean King.
This is match point in their semifinals. Billie Jean King won the first game of this match, was not able to win another game. It was all Chris Everett Lloyd. Watch this concluder right here at match point.
Game, set, and match.
Chris Everett Lloyd advanced to the finals, 6-1, 6-love over Billie Jean King.
She'll play Tracy Austin, who defeated Martina Navratilova in their semifinal match.
This is match point, and a fine return by young Tracy Austin got her to a 7-5, 7-5 victory.
As far as the men are concerned, it'll be Vitas Gerulaitis against John McEnroe. And what a comeback Gerulaitis accomplished against Roscoe Tanner.
Gerulaitis lost the first 2 sets, was down an early service break in the 3rd set. He came back to win the 3rd in a tiebreaker, won the 4th 6-3, and then the 5th 6-3, and Gerulaitis has advanced to the finals.
His opponent will be John McEnroe, who had a rather much easier time, I guess you would say, with Jimmy Connors.
McEnroe seemed to be pretty much in control, won the first set 6-3. The second 6-3 was serving for the match at 5-3 in the 3rd, but Connors fought his way back to get even at 5-all. And McEnroe wins 7-5 in the 3rd, and he advances to the finals.
Tony, I congratulate you. You picked Chris to reach the finals, and she has done that. You picked John McEnroe to reach the finals, and he has done that.
Some people just get lucky, Patrick.
I guess you're right. We'll be on after football. Now let's get back to the NFL action.
Redskins leading by 2 touchdowns here at halftime of the Pontiac Silverdome, but keep in mind they were 2 touchdowns ahead of the Otters in the final period last week. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
Here's to good friends.
A toast. Here's to a vanishing breed. Bill Evans, bachelor.
The end of a perfectly good ladies' man.
To Bill Evans, a free man. 13 more hours.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrau.
Speech! 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 Come on, you guys.
You're beautiful.
It's official. Ford's answer to rebates, the largest incentives ever available to its dealers. The biggest clearance offer in Ford history just got bigger. See your Ford dealer and discover how many hundreds of dollars you can save on new trimmer LTDs, Mustang pace car replicas, elegant Thunderbirds, tough V8 pickups, vans, Broncos, Rancheros. Compare the total Ford deal with any other. You may well find it's the best value overall.
Detroit, what a vital and exciting city, a city that won't stand still. But what if in the midst of all this hustle bustle, suddenly a man collapsed? A heart attack. He stops breathing. Would you know how to save his life? I'm Doug Inglis from the Detroit Lions, and I'd like to show you one way the people of Detroit are saving lives. It's called CPR, a volunteer program of the Red Cross supported by the United Way. CPR is short for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Knowing how to administer it could mean the difference between life and death to someone. I recently lost a member of my family to a heart attack. That's why I know the importance of this program. That's a lesson we all should learn. And this is just one of the hundreds of United Way programs made possible by your support. It works here in Detroit, and it works in your town, too. Thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way, right?
Right.